Hi, I'm Maggie. Do you remember the last time you read a manga? Perhaps you were captivated by the intricate artwork, the engaging storyline, or the unique characters. But have you ever stopped to consider the process behind bringing that manga to your hands, especially if you are reading a fan translation online? Today, I would like to talk about the changing landscape of cultural production and consumption and the role that fans are playing in shaping this transformation. Specifically, I will discuss the phenomenon of scanlation as explored in the article of Cultural Consumers as New Cultural Intermediaries, manga scanlators. In traditional models of cultural production and consumption, cultural intermediaries act as gatekeepers who control the flow of cultural products from producers to consumers. Hugh Kang examines scanlation as a new form of cultural intermediation in the digital age, bypassing traditional cultural intermediaries like publishers and translators. Fans are typically unpaid volunteers who share their love of manga with others, connecting Japanese manga culture with Western audiences through translations and online sharing. This makes manga more accessible to readers around the world who might not have an access due to language barriers or limited distribution. Kyung's article also touches on the concept of participatory culture. The emergence of manga scanlators as new cultural intermediaries highlights the potential for participatory culture to reshape traditional cultural hierarchies and power dynamics, which are typically dominant by established cultural gatekeepers such as publishers, editors, and producers. In this way, manga scanlation reflects a more democratic and participatory approach to cultural production and consumption, where fans have a greater say in the products they consume and produce. Furthermore, manga scanlators promote the globalization of manga by translating and distributing manga online through various platforms, especially in countries where manga is not readily available through legal channels. Through their translations, they are able to bridge the cultural gap and contribute to the growth of a global manga fandom, which transcends national boundaries and cultural differences. However, manga scanlation is often conducted without the permission of the manga industry and have raised the legal and ethical issues related to copyright infringement and the potential harm to the manga industry and its creators. While some argue that manga scanlation is a form of piracy that undermines the creative work of manga creators, others argue that it represents a form of cultural activism that challenges the dominant power structures in the cultural industry. Kyung suggests that the debate over the legality and the ethics of scanlation is part of a larger discussion about the changing dynamics of cultural production and consumption in the digital age. Although the rise of digital technologies and the internet has promoted the development of participatory culture, this increased access has come at a cost, demonstrating the growing influence of fans on the creative process. The lack of regulation and quality control in the scanlation can lead to inaccurate translations and the loss of revenue for creators and publishers. Overall, manga scanlators as new cultural intermediaries who are not just passive consumers of cultural products, but also active producers and distributors in the global marketplace. The article sheds light on the complex relationship between fans, producers, and consumers in the globalized cultural industry, and highlights the potential for new forms of cultural production and consumption that challenge the dominant power structures in the industry. Manga Helpers is a website that provides resources for manga scanlators, who are fans that scan and translate manga comics into various languages. The website serves as an case study example of how manga scanlators act as new cultural intermediaries, as described by Hugh Kang Lee in her article, Cultural Consumers as New Cultural Intermediaries, Manga Scanlators. Manga Helpers was launched in 2006 and has since grown to become one of the most well-known and respected scanlation groups. It provides translations of manga comics in multiple languages, serving a global audience of manga fans who are eager to read series that are not yet available in their respective languages. The group consists of a diverse array of volunteers, including translators, editors, quality checkers, and graphic designers. These individuals come from all over the world and work together to produce high-quality translations of manga series that are not yet officially available in their respective languages. Manga helpers exemplifies the concept of new cultural intermediaries in several ways. First, they operate outside of the traditional publishing channels, relying on digital technologies and online communities to disseminate their translations to a global audience. Second, they provide additional cultural context and interpretation to help readers understand the nuances of the original Japanese language and culture. This includes annotations and glossaries that explain references to Japanese culture, as well as notes on wordplay and other linguistic features that are difficult to translate into other languages. Manga Helper's approach to translation is also distinctive in that it's a collaborative process with multiple volunteers working on each project. This allows for greater accuracy and fidelity to the original text, as well as a diversity of perspectives and expertise. The group has a rigorous quality and control process, with multiple rounds of editing and proofreading to ensure that the translations are of the highest possible quality. However, the legality and ethics of scanlation remain a contentious issue. Manga helpers, like many scanlation groups, operate in a legal gray area, as they are technically infringing on the copyright of the original manga publishers. While the group doesn't charge for their translations and doesn't profit from them in any way, they are still operating outside of the law. Aside from the legal issues, there are also ethical concerns surrounding manga helpers. Some argue that scanlation can be seen as a form of cultural appropriation, as it involves taking cultural products from one context and transplanting them into another, without permission or compensation for the creators. Despite these concerns, many manga fans see scanlation as a way to promote cross-cultural understanding and appreciation. Manga is an important part of Japanese popular culture, and the global popularity of manga is a testament to its universal appeal. By making manga available in multiple languages, scanlation groups like Manga Helpers are helping to bridge the gap between different cultures and promote greater understanding and appreciation of Japanese culture. Simultaneously, some believe that scanlation can actually help to promote less-known manga titles and increase their popularity, ultimately leading to a more sale for the publishers. Manga Helper's work is not only limited to the development of manga, but it also has a significant impact on the manga fan community. The Manga Helper's website has become a hub for manga fans worldwide, where they can participate in forums and discuss their favorite manga series. Fans can easily share their fan art and fan fiction, and collaborate with other fans to create new projects. This participatory culture has created a sense of community among manga fans, providing them with a platform to connect with other fans who share their interests. The community has also helped to foster a sense of belonging among fans, creating a safe place where they can share their passion for manga without fear of judgment. In addition, the community has played a critical role in promoting the manga industry by providing feedback to manga creators and publishers, helping to shape the direction of the industry. In conclusion, Manga Helpers provides a compelling case study of the role that new cultural intermediaries like scanlation groups can play in the global dissemination of cultural products. While the legality and ethics of scanlation remain a contentious issue, groups like Manga Helpers are helping to promote cross-cultural understanding and appreciation by making manga comics available in multiple languages. The collaborative and participatory nature of scanlation also helps to foster a sense of community among fans, who come together to share their love of manga and participate in the fan culture that has developed around it. Overall, Manga Helpers is a testament to the power of digital technologies and online communities to transform the landscape of cultural production and consumption. There are two discussion questions I prepared for my presentation. First, what are the benefits and drawbacks of Manga Helpers as a cultural intermediary in the manga industry? Second, What should the manga industry's response be to the emergence of new cultural intermediaries like manga helpers?